Story 1. According to my coworker, who has been divorced 3 times, being single isn't that bad, but trying to date again is really tough. Story 2. Painful. This is my first Valentine's Day after my husband of 28 years passed away in July. I am trying to be strong but feel lifeless inside. I miss my sweetheart, and I can never have him again. It's a pain no one should have to experience. I am trying to be extra kind to myself today. Story 3. Well, technically, I'm still married, but we have been separated since August, and my wife is already dating someone else. That tends to happen when you are cheated on, though. It's 8:30 p.m., and I woke up at 8 p.m. I am living by myself at the moment. I asked my best friend whether he would like to come over, and I could cook something for us so we are not alone, but he turned down the offer. I can't blame him since he has been at work all day. I think the plan is to go to the store and buy some meat and other ingredients to make something nice to eat for myself and my beautiful cats. I am currently going through the postmarital year of firsts. The first birthday without them, first Christmas, Valentine's Day, anniversary, and so on. It is tough, but as challenging as it is, I have also spent a lot of time reflecting on everything that happened, establishing better boundaries, and overall, I feel more confident about putting myself out there and dating again. As difficult as life can be, I am also grateful to be here during tough times because there were moments when I thought I wouldn't be. Life gets better even if it improves painfully slowly. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Story 4. I love it. I have a good girlfriend who is also single, and we are both going to order pizza, drink wine, and play Mario Kart. There are no strings attached or expectations, but we can still have some fun together. Story 5. I never knew any other life, so I don't know what to tell you. Feels normal and is the only option I have. Story 6. I connected with someone from the United States during my exchange program, and I felt she could be the one. We had a great time together. She wanted to try a long-distance relationship, but I did not. Story 7. All is well until it's 2 a.m. and I can't sleep, and thoughts of being alone forever begin to run through my mind. It's nice until I sometimes look over my shoulder and see a happy couple. I know I don't understand what happens behind closed doors, but seeing them happy together at that moment looks so nice and comforting. Other than that, it's just the same old routine for me. Story 8. Honestly, it feels depressing. I feel like no one. I think I am unattractive and will never find love. It is tough. Story 9. I feel lonely sometimes, but ultimately, I have too much to work on within myself and too much distrust for people these days. I am enjoying this time to better myself and wait for something natural. I am not using dating apps or engaging in casual relationships either. Too much can happen on dating platforms, and I am very happy to be disease-free and plan on staying that way. Story 10. It feels about the same as every other day. When you're told you're not deserving of love for long enough, you eventually get tired of trying to prove people wrong. Story 11. It is unfortunate that many people are merely surviving and unable to live in the moment with potential partners. Story 12. I'm fine with being single, but seeing many of my friends on social media who all have significant others does make me feel a little lonely. Story 13. It wouldn't be so bad if people didn't act like you had a moral failing when really you are just not attractive. Story 14. I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day until a coworker asked me if I am doing anything this Friday. Story 15. I'm going to a metal show tonight, and I can fully expect to be surrounded by people who feel the same way. Story 16. It's not so bad until you get on any social media platform where you are reminded of how single you truly are. Story 17. I think it's fine. I exchange handmade cards with my parents, as we have since I was little. Other than that, I am going to play Valorant and snuggle my new Valentine's Jellycat. Hug McSnug. Story 18. To quote William Wallace, freedom. I imagine the feeling to be similar for an atheist on Easter or Christmas, a felon on President's Day, a flat earther on the equinox, a Native American on Columbus Day, or someone alive during Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. It's just a collection of 24 hours that come and go. Make it what you want. Story 19. Fun as always. Nothing is stopping me from going out to a fancy dinner and then going to a club. Love yourself first. Story 20. After leaving a 14-year relationship that was incredibly toxic at the end, I find it refreshing. I am babysitting my goddaughter so her parents can have a date night. Story 21. It's like entangling yourself in a painful situation while enduring discomfort and paying for it to happen. So yes, I choose to stay single. Story 22. I want to spend more time playing Monster Hunter. If I had a companion, I would want her to also be a hunting horn main because the hunting horn is overpowered. Story 23. I worked a little extra today and enjoyed my work. I tried to keep myself occupied, which I believe is like running away from the problem, but anyway, it is at least peaceful. Story 24. It really depends on your mindset. I have had a very bad relationship, so I would rather be alone than with someone miserable. I have been single for 8 years and just haven't found anyone, but for the most part, I am happy. I do what I want and come and go as I please. Story 25. It's complicated because I'm in my 30s, and this is the age when most people are settling down and starting families. I don't have friends to go out with because they're busy with that, but I also struggle to meet new people for dates since the friends who used to go out with me are no longer available. So, it's not ideal, but it's not terrible either. Whenever I feel the need for some intimacy, I can always download a dating app or flirt with someone on social media to set up a date. Story 26. I have someone for this one, but I spent most of my time single. To me, Valentine's Day is the day before discounted chocolate at every store. Story 27. This is going to be a long one because I feel this post was targeted. Short answer: quite peaceful and happy, but sometimes a bit lonely. Long answer: I just moved to a new city for work from a place where I had been living for almost 10 years. I moved there to study and all my friends are there. I was living in a student dorm with 14 other people, one of whom was my ex-girlfriend. We broke up a year and a half ago. Before you ask, yes, I have completely moved on, but in the beginning it was really tough. It was a complicated breakup that I won't go into now. I still haven't deleted some of our pictures to keep the good memories, and I felt good looking at them since I am such a different person compared to that time, in a really positive way. I looked at those pictures and thought, wow, I believed I was the happiest person alive at that time. Anyway, now I have a lot of close friends that I love, and I know they love me too. I am really happy, actually. Story 28. Peaceful. I have been single for 2.5 years, and I am the happiest I have ever been. I do not plan on trying to date again anytime soon. Story 29. Totally fine. For the first time in about 4 years, I'm genuinely happy being on my own. I truly do not want a relationship right now. Story 30. It feels like freedom. I can do whatever I want without being questioned and without sacrificing things such as hobbies and dreams just to make someone else happy. Being in a relationship is beautiful, but you can lose your freedom. Story 31. First time alone on this day in 10 years. Somewhat lonely. I plan to make myself dinner, play Minecraft, and watch anime. Story 32. I am getting a massage this evening, so I would say it's nice to be single and participate in self-care. I will probably grab fast food on the way home and enjoy it without judgment while watching Love is Blind. It's been a pretty awesome day. Story 33. Awful. This comes right after finding out my long-term girlfriend cheated on me. I plan to go out and try to have a good time tonight, but things were so different a month ago. Story 34. That scene from Robin Hood, Men in Tights, when the old woman saves the sheriff of Rottingham and asks him how he feels now. Story 35. I think it all depends. In my 20s, it was easy to meet people. Now, in my late 30s with teenage kids, it's tougher. When you do find a connection, even when you are upfront and honest about not wanting more children, the conversation always comes up, and I end up leaving after that. Story 36. I am a little annoyed. I have a good, somewhat flirty rapport with an English professor I spent time with today, and I might have asked her out, but I remembered what today is. There's no way I'm doing that on Valentine's Day. Story 37. I focus on the relationships in my life that bring me love and joy. I am fortunate to have deep lifelong friendships and an incredible teenage son. This year, I made him a gift basket complete with a squishmallow. I have put together a Valentine-themed present for him every year since preschool. We learn love from our parents. Story 38. I have plenty of time and resources to make myself happy or at least forget that I'm single. Most of the time, it's peaceful, but every time I enter the dating scene, I realize how challenging it is and return to my hobbies and comfort. I have no idea how the world around me became so broken and chaotic. It seems that while I've spent time healing and improving myself, others have done the opposite. Story 39. I felt a bit empty inside after my breakup last year, so I spent the day helping others as a crisis support volunteer. Story 40. It's not bad. It's just another day. I have never had the fortune to date someone who reciprocated my efforts on Valentine's Day, so I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. However, seeing and reading about other people's experiences today makes me feel like I dodged several bullets in my life. Story 41. Just like any other day, I am happy being single instead of feeling miserable in a relationship that I think is based on love when it really isn't. Story 42. Pros: unilateral decision-making. Cons: tax and other economic disadvantages. Sometimes you just want someone to make your lunch with love. Story 43. I have been single for 16 years. The last time I could say Happy Valentine's Day was in 2004. Now, I basically say Happy Friday in February to people. Valentine's Day feels like a joke. Story 44. Like any other day. Just a bit more of a reminder that I am alone and others are not. However, if you truly love someone, you do not need to show it just because of what day it is. It should not be limited to specific days or moments. I am working all night, which helps me avoid feeling lonely today. I have the entire weekend for that. Story 45. Today feels just like any other day, but I would be lying to myself. The reality is that today is the one day each year I feel I have failed miserably in life. I have no spouse, no girlfriend, and no children. I lack the things I believe society expects me to have, and this leads to intense feelings of failure and inadequacy. Tomorrow I will return to normal, but today I feel like Eeyore. Story 46. When I was single, I would think, oh, this is disappointing. I guess I'll get drunk and play some Xbox. I'm really starting to miss those days. Story 47. Put it this way, you couldn't pay me to be with someone. I'm glad that I'm single and don't have to deal with that commercial nonsense. Story 48. I don't know if I can handle relationships anymore. The freedom of not having to please someone else and being able to do whatever I want is wonderful. Story 49. It's fine. I am not a Christian, so it does not really apply to me any more than I want it to. It is a day to celebrate a man getting decapitated by the Romans for refusing to deny Christ. That is pretty intense, but I do not need romance to celebrate it. Story 50. The only difference is making a choice not to be. I am experiencing a new paradigm shift. People are beginning to awaken. For me, it is a bit more than that. I have been aware since I was 20. I know what can be accomplished. I just need to let go of the old, and the new will come, like shedding after a good sunburn. Story 51. Just a normal day. I got up and went to work. When I came home, I found my package from Sephora had arrived, which felt like a gift to myself. My mom got me a Valentine's Day card from my dog. I ordered dinner and now I am deciding what to watch on TV tonight. Story 52. It is more affordable for two people to rent a one- or two-bedroom apartment than for a single person to live in a studio. The latter must be very successful to live comfortably. Story 53. Perfectly fine. I went to work, took a short nap, made a charcuterie board, and enjoyed a relaxing bath. My mom also got me some flowers and a bottle of wine. I have a Galentine's celebration with my girlfriends on Sunday. I will be cooking and hosting, while two of my friends will handle the cocktails. That's something to look forward to. Story 54. When I was single, during a span of about 2 months, I experienced a day of overwhelming loneliness that nearly brought me to tears. After that period, I enjoyed my single life for the next month or two. Often, my feelings were triggered by something I saw in a movie. Currently, I am not single, The girl came into my life unexpectedly. I hardly tried to pursue her. It just happened. We have been dating for 7 months now. Story 55. I was going to buy myself flowers at the grocery store today, but there were many men buying flowers. So, I didn't stop to pick some out because I felt out of place. Normally, I wouldn't feel that way because everyone knows me as the strong, independent type. However, I have a soft side, and it can be hard to present a tough exterior all the time. My premenstrual syndrome is supposed to start today, so I'm feeling a bit emotional. Ultimately, I don't want to end up alone, but I'm 36, and the idea of going out there to meet men scares me. Still, it's nice to be alone and relax on the couch. In summary, it was a day like any other. All is well, even though my mind tends to overthink everything. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Story 56. I'm feeling very angry today. I'm not divorced yet. I'm still in the process. My wife is experiencing schizophrenia, and she is currently unmedicated and detached. After work, I've taken the kids to a few places to keep my mind off things. However, I really despise her at the moment. If she had any friends, I would be tempted to seek revenge through them, but she doesn't. Her sisters are married, and I get along well with my brothers-in-law, so I can't pursue that option either. Story 57. I have been single for the last 8 months, and I love it. While everyone else is busy trying to buy things and go out to dinners, I just eat pizza, relax, and go to bed. No worries. Story 58. For me, it's better to be in a relationship. I don't have to worry about upsetting my partner. I can tell jokes too, and I love it. Story 59. I went to work and had an easy day. Almost everyone was cheerful. Some random people wished me a happy Valentine's Day. I'm gonna relax with friends and play some games now, so it's not too bad. Story 60. Just like any other day, people feel more sad because they tend to see couples posting affectionate content. In reality, most of those couples only do that for attention. Story 61. Lonely yet thankful. I would rather be alone with myself than be with someone who makes me feel alone. I have dated many people, but those with whom you can take off your mask are rare. Story 62. Overall, it's peaceful. Having been in a tumultuous relationship not long ago, I don't think I'm willing to give up my peace. That being said, dating today is challenging. Story 63. Same as any day, but with pink, red, hearts, and love. It's a great time to emphasize to my friends how much they mean to me, as I do every week or every other week. Oh, and I'm going through a tough breakup. Story 64. As you grow older and gain more experience, it can feel both sad not to have a wonderful person to share life with and happy to have the freedom to do your own thing without a partner who brings you down. Story 65. It is disheartening to see everyone, including people from high school whom I never imagined would be in relationships. This makes me even sadder. However, I hope I am making the right choice by waiting for the right person. I am ready to experience the feeling of knowing that someone is meant to be my forever. Story 66. The feeling is incredible. No one nags at you. You're free to do whatever you want. There is no fighting over the television, what to eat, who does the dishes, or who walks the dog. This is the best feeling ever. Story 67. I know you asked this yesterday for Valentine's Day, but I hate this holiday with an intense passion. That's mostly due to my experiences over several years, but also because of its commercialization and how it's still so focused on couples despite efforts to make it about all kinds of love. With the day itself and all the promotions surrounding it, I get the feeling that if you're single, you don't deserve anything special. I don't understand where the happily single people find their arguments. When I see a couple, I immediately feel a sense of loneliness. Story 68. It feels amazing. I'm about to turn 25 and have never been in a relationship. But 2 days ago, I returned from a 7-month solo trip across 13 countries. I made many friends, saw beautiful places, and had a lot of fun. How can you mourn being single when it allows you the freedom to do something you love without someone telling you to wait or not to go alone? Story 69. Just like any other day, except I can't go anywhere without a reminder that I am single set up everywhere. Story 70. I just take some time to reflect after watching a sad romantic movie, that closely resembles my tragic love life. Story 71. It doesn't matter, I swear. The sad individuals who are self-conscious on Valentine's Day really need to toughen up. Story 72. I had some things I wanted to accomplish, but nothing worked out. However, I will keep moving forward. There is no reason to dwell on what I cannot change. Story 73. It's nice. I learn about myself and do what I want without worry. I can be out every night at concerts and spend all my time with my friends. I wouldn't mind someone with the same interests as me to be my partner and have a never-ending concert buddy. Story 74. Pretty nice, I must say. It's peaceful. You don't have to worry about doing something wrong. It's okay to be different, just keep to yourself. Problems don't really show themselves, especially the ones that aren't there. Story 75. Overall, it's okay. I ended a 7-year relationship in November because I was no longer happy, and it was not working for me anymore, no matter how much I tried. Our love languages were very different. I'm not using any dating apps because I hear they are disappointing. I would like to go on more dates, but it is difficult to meet people. Story 76. This year has been challenging, but I have decided that I am ready to date seriously again. However, it is tough out there. Story 77. I love it. I dropped my daughters earlier this month and haven't approached any women, so I'm not responsible for a Valentine's Day. I get to start scouting all the single, attractive women at the gym. I'm going to begin asking them how their Valentine's Day was. When they say it was lonely, I'll respond with, "Why didn't you let me know?" Story 78. No different than others. You must love God, yourself, and your family before loving others. Don't get caught up in the hype. Many of these people are miserable. Story 79. Truthfully, it is marginally worse than any other day. However, it presents a good opportunity to identify who is single and who is not, so it is not a complete loss. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.